so moving back here, this is what I sort of call our viewing room. This is a nice cross-section of various artists that we represent or are continuing to regularly work with. We have artists such as Riwa here, who is one of our following's favorites. She's based in Nigeria, and she paints images of women and men from her tribe, the Igbo tribe, but in going out into Western culture and adopting their codes of dress, the way they wear their hair, just eating sort of very American type foods in the case of these two paintings.
This is fabulous. I also love how she places all the different colors in the skin. Like, it just makes it so much
That's
better.
her signature. The way she sort of color blocks the skin of her figures is really what makes her work unique. She's in Lagos, Nigeria.
Lagos, Nigeria. Great. I love this.
And then another artist that we have on view back here right now is Damian Aquiles. He's based in Havana, Cuba. I installed this piece because we were meant to open a show of all Cuban artists at the gallery this month. However, after Hurricane Ian and the power grid collapse in Cuba, we had to postpone that show. So this is sort of a teaser for the next exhibition that we'll have.
When is that?
That will open in mid-December.
Oh, are we coming back in mid-December for the Cuban
Please do.
exhibition?
Please do. Purple Road revisits.
Yes.
So what's interesting about Damian's work is living in Cuba, you have to use found materials quite often to make your work. So these are all taken from cars.
I was just gonna ask that, cars.
Yeah, they're cut and welded from cars. And
whoa.
This piece is really interesting. We call these the walking men, and as you can see, all these men are walking in one direction, and then we just have one to the far left, kind of not going with the crowd, to the beat of his own drum.
I think that's me.
I think so. That's me.
That's me.
And the last piece I'll highlight back here is the work of Trinity Thomas. This is a local young photographer, actually, who's just begun a foray into painting, and he captures a lot of not just New Orleans culture, but queer culture and black culture in the city, which I think is, captures a greater scope of the United States, really, and he mixes in all of these different elements of pop culture into his works, and I'm just really excited to see him stepping into painting as well. And so the exhibition here will be both photographs and paintings.
That's amazing, actually. That is definitely a skill set, because you don't often come around or come across artists that can do both.
Yeah.
Right.
But
You're doing an excellent
creative
job.
side of his brain, just to, try and experiment other things and see what works, and I think the painting is very successful.
Yes. I love the breakthrough that you guys are creating. I mean, you guys are part of the breakthrough, and one of the things that I realize is that the art industry is changing, right? It's changing from our old predecessor collectors, Renaissance classic, and that is fabulous, don't get me wrong, but it's galleries like yours that are bringing to the surface a whole new wave of art, a whole new trend.
Yeah. As far as our gallery is concerned, we always show what we love, and when people ask me, how do you choose your artists, like at the base of everything is that we identify artists that are talented and have a message that we believe in. And so queer artists, people of color, female artists, etc.
Oh, I love the word female artists, because there's definitely a need to showcase more female art. So you're breaking
trying to break the molds.
Just crack.
Yeah.
Awesome. Tell me about this really quick. This is fun. This is right here.
This is a fantastic artist named Kat Flynn she lives in La Jolla, California now. Okay. And she has this great collection of all of these vintage items, found objects, and she creates these sculptures that are very politically charged in different ways. In this case, we're looking at sort of a depiction of the January 6th event at the Capitol.
Oh, yeah, look at you even see the guy with that one mask.
The left of it, it's called The Dollhouse, and this is speaking to the tragedies of human sex trafficking.
Yeah, so very strong messages in these pieces.
Strong messages, very serious. She tries to add a little bit of whimsy to make it somewhat humorous and digestible, and I think that's really what creates an approachability into her work. And then as you start looking more closely, you start understanding the serious.
Right. I'm glad you said digestible, because these topics are really hard to digest. They're hard to actually even take and place into art.
Of course, but that's the power of art, I think, is allowing us to have this opportunity to talk about something in a safe space where ideas are welcomed and we can really discuss and think about ways to solve these problems.
For sure. So let's go back to this space, because I want to just really give Purple Road viewers the experience. I mean, you come to New Orleans, there's an endless amount of art galleries. We're very happy that Jonathan Ferrera is one of them we're featuring. There are people here who actually rent this space for events and
private
parties.
Events.
This is my friend Shida here, and I just found out that she's going to be celebrating her wedding here in the Jonathan Ferrera Gallery.
It's so exciting. I'm so excited.
Oh my God.
We try to create a space that is very welcoming and open to all sorts of uses. Really a community gathering space. You know, we're open to the public. We do not charge an admission fee. Everyone is welcome here to come look at the art, enjoy, hang out. Yeah, we have events the first Saturday of each month for the openings of our shows, along with the rest of the Arts District. It's called our First Saturday Gallery Openings, and you know, it's sort of a party, and we invite everyone in the neighborhood and people visiting town to come by and just hang out, meet the artists, meet the staff here at the gallery. Yeah.
Come and meet your fabulous self here. Well, you are a creative yourself. I mean, being able to identify great art, bring it in, visualize it, place it, all that, it takes a good amount of energy, creative energy too. And I will tell you that you do that.
I appreciate you saying
fabulous
that.
job.
I appreciate you.
So impressed. I am so impressed. Well, thank you so much, Matthew, for having us here.
Yes.
Purple Road is just delighted that we have you on. And everybody, please, if you are in New Orleans, come visit my friend here, Matthew Showman, at the Jonathan Ferrera Gallery.
See you soon.
Have a great time. Oh.
Thank you, Debbie.
Oh my God, it's so much fun.